YouTube, what is up? Welcome back. My name is Tim Avon. I got a little play along for us today. I've got a solo I've been trying to learn, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if I came on here and just made a video out of me learning it. This might be a series that maybe I start and continue with if people like this. Just kind of talk through it while I'm playing it. I'll chop the video up so it won't just be unedited, because this might take me a little while. But today I've been working on this song called Pushing Up Daisies by the brothers Osborne. Got a great solo in it by John Osborne. Great progression. I've always really liked it. And I thought, you know what? I should sit down and learn it. And why not bring you guys along and try and show you some of my thought process in a video? So, off the bat, if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, write me a comment. And if you want more of it, put a comment on what song you want. Keep it reasonable. I'm not going to learn Cliffs of Dover, Through the Fires and Flames. But just some fun stuff. I thought this might be kind of cool. You can play along, hear my thought process while I'm trying to learn a solo like this, see as close as we can get it. No video, I've just got it playing on Spotify. So let's hop right into it. I've already spent a little bit of time working on this solo, but let's hop in, get it going, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. Okay, YouTube, we're back. Honestly, attempt number 2. I recorded the whole video yesterday. I got the intro. I put the same shirt on, but my computer decided to crap out when I was almost 35 minutes into recording this solo and learning it for you guys. It was great. I thought I was giving some great advice working through the solo, so I've already learned some of this. We didn't get the end yesterday, but I'm going to go back through it, talk about it, play with it. I already know some of it. Let's start off first off the bat. Pushing Up Daisies, song by brothers Osborne, right? And here's the main vibe for the verses, right? It's doing it. Right, so what am I doing there? I'm thinking out of the G shape of my E major chord, right? I'm thinking G shape. And I'm just grabbing this triad, just these 3. It's kind of also the top of this A shape, right, where my ring finger is. Grabbing right here, and I'm hammering on and off to what I'm thinking is a triad of this 4 chord in C shape. This is an A chord in C shape right here. But I'm just grabbing this, then chirp it at the top. So I'm going to play the song, and then let's go through and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. Okay, let's start it over. I'll play with it, and then we'll talk some about the solo and get into the solo and stuff. Let's turn up the volume on it a little bit for you guys. That's that E chord right there. Now we go to the 4 chord. so there's our first stopping point of the day, and that's about where I got to. So yesterday, I didn't know that, and we were working through it, and I was talking to the camera and stuff, and then all of that got wiped. So let's talk a little bit about the song. Really cool song, man. A great soulful solo that's nothing too crazy, that is just playing great. Now, I will say this over the solo, right? So we've got that verse progression. Now I'm on both of these pickups, and I've got some extra reverb on and then drive, right? Got that extra reverb. So chorus, we're doing the 4 chord, and I'm doing it. I'm thinking, right, this E-shaped A chord. That's our 4, but I'm grabbing it with my thumb. I'm getting the root, the major third, and then I'm leaving the top 2 open. The A string's muted out, so I got that. Then I'm going to 1, and here I'm thinking this C-shaped E chord, right? It's a C-shaped E, but I'm only playing those 3 out of it. I'm not doing this whole thing, right? Not doing the whole thing. I'm just playing these 3. I'm leaving the top E open and the low E open for that. Then the 6. So there, I'm thinking this A-shaped 6 chord, right? It's a minor chord. But I'm just playing the power chord right here, and then I'm leaving the top 2 open again. And I'm going to keep leaving those top ones open, you know? So I'm going 4, 1. Now, to be honest, I think the bass player's actually playing, it feels more like a minor 5. The major 7, if I play the root, see, I've been playing it without a root. But if I play the root, major 7, it doesn't really have that uplifting feeling. It's got the minor 5 feeling, I think. So I'm going. You know, but the great thing here is you could just, if you play just that without the root, then the bass player is going to determine whether that's a major or a flat 7 or a minor 5, right? Because the top structure, look how my top structure here doesn't change. These 3 notes are in both of them. So I think it's a minor 5, but I'm just playing this, and then I'm right no matter what. So the solo, then the progression changes a little bit. They go back and forth from 1 to that minor 5 or flat 7, and then they do a whole pass through the chorus. So they're going. This is where we're going to get it and start working some. I've already got that first part worked up. Let me play through a little bit of it, and then I'll talk about it with you guys. The start of the solo, so I was working through this yesterday and talking about it, and a lot of this is just playing it over and over again. And I kept reiterating, too, that I don't have this perfect. It's not exactly the way he's going to play it. There's no setting coming up where I need to cover this song, and I'm definitely not covering it or playing it with the band, right? Because that's a context where you really have to have it about perfect for most normal artist gigs. Now, to be honest, Brothers Osborne, you know, they improvise a lot live. So if you look up live videos of John Osborne playing this, he always sticks to the motif, but he'll add in some other stuff. I think when so it starts with a pre-bend. You know, I think that there I'm bending up to a major third, and then I'm grabbing that major third right there. You know, I think in the record he doesn't actually even do that, but I saw a video of him doing it live and I just liked that. So, but here's the key, you guys. With this stuff, you're going to have to listen to it over and over again, and we're just trying to break it into the phrases, just those phrases chunks. So let's start at the beginning. I've already learned this now. The original idea was I was learning it with you, which the back half we will. But right now, because of yesterday, I've already learned this first part. So let's go through it just chunk by chunk for a second. Alright, let's start with the beginning. So, if you were starting off, right, I'd start with just that little bit and just keep replaying just that part and try and get it right. Play some times where you try to play with it, then maybe play the track and don't play with it so you can hear, because if you're playing over it the entire time, there will be nuances that you're not getting right, which is some of what's here, right? I'm not doing it all perfect. I think this lick here, I'm not doing exactly right when you get sound like... But let's go through. So that first little bit is... Just that first little bit, we're breaking into chunks. So what am I thinking about there? Here, E major pentatonic, right? We're thinking out of that first pentatonic shape you learn, but our root's under the pinky, not that pointer finger. It's not C sharp minor. It's E major. Right? And that's out of that G shape right there. That's a G shape E, you know? So even though I'm playing lead, I'm still using that as a mental marker of like, here I am. I'm in that shape, you know? So starts with that pre-bend. So let's try and play through that again. We'll get the next section now. Okay, so that next section, right? So I went... That was our first section. Then we go... That's our next section. So, you just, you know, and it might sound like I'm doing that fast, but I'm actually not. It's just because I learned it all yesterday. Did this whole great video for you guys. But I'm doing it again. In the back half, I haven't learned, as you saw me mess up in the intro. That's where we've kind of stopped. So let's go through it. So yesterday I had to work a bunch, and I still don't think that's perfect, but after he does the... Right, so I'm grabbing the fifth with my pinky right here. Right? Then he's going to come down to what I'm thinking is kind of now out of this C shape of an E major chord. So we're in E major, and he's going to go... That's what I've deduced it to. Might be a little bit different, but here's the thing. Going through this stuff too, you guys, it's about trying, you know? If you've got to learn this solo note for a performance or something, then you got to do it. But here, you know, even just trying it, it's working your ear. You're getting a couple licks maybe you're not used to. Maybe you've never done that. That's a great lick. Tagging that 5 at the top, you can bend them together at the same time too. You could go... Could grab the 5 and the 1 and do it. Which we'll do a little bit later in the solo, right? But, so it's about working through these shapes. We're starting in that classic pentatonic, right? Now, we're switching to a pentatonic that maybe you're not as familiar with, but it's still important to keep that in mind, right? Of where you're at. I'm thinking... And ideally, you know that pentatonic there. You also know the major scale, right? I'm thinking. Right, same down here. You know? So now we shifted down into this position. I'm going. So there, then I'm kind of thinking I'm sliding down a little bit to this D/low E shape, you know? So I've got really classic move. I use that movement a lot to go from this low E up to my C-shaped E chord right here of that. Classic. So he's just doing it backwards, right? Of going. Now, there, nice thing is, sliding down, that's that flat 7 note, right? Now, whether that's a minor 5 or a flat 7, they're both in there. That's either your flat 7 note or it's the minor third of that minor 5, right? I think that's about the phrasing. So let's listen to it right there and hone in just on that lick for a second. Just that high part. Let's try and play it with him. And even right there, I'm listening to it, and it's like my phrasing's just a little off. Does he tag that top one again? Maybe he does. Let's listen again. This is what it takes, y'all. I don't think he does. We're not striving for exactly perfect, though. If you're even trying, you're getting better, right? You know, this is a different context than we're learning this song for a performance, right? And that's also my excuse to not get it exactly perfect, you know? But it's the ideas. Man, these little ideas you can stack in your bag all day long. We're about to get to a lick that's a great, cool, the walk-up thing. It's a great idea. Stopped yesterday. So let's talk about that walk-up lick. So then he slides up to major third, and then we're just going to go up one step in the scale and then tag the one behind it. Flat 7. Now that's where I got to work on that right there. I've got the idea right of the... So let's play it from that walk-up. So maybe he's doing that right there. Let's zone in. So it's going. 3, that's what... Okay, let's work from that walk up. So we got... So there, right, what's he doing? So here he's got the... Now I don't know exactly right there. I think I'm phrasing it in time to reach this correctly, but I don't think I'm playing exactly what he is. But he's somehow walking from, I think, the 5... And it might just be a straight walk up like that. It might be... I don't think it's that. So that lick is... Right, so I'm bending up this 5th. I'm thinking the 5th. I'm back in that classic major pentatonic. On the 5th, I'm going... So, when I come up, I'm tagging the 1 and the 1 and the 5 there, right? So it's that, but I'm going, working through the end. Let's try it, then we'll try and put it all together. This is what it takes, though, and especially at the end now where you guys are actually watching me learn this little part, and you're seeing me just replay it. Just do that. Try your best, you know. I don't think there's any video online. There might be a video online of someone covering this solo. I haven't looked, but, you know, you're just trying to get close. Look at all the little licks and tricks we've learned just doing this in general, right? You can think about these bends if you haven't done that before, or the pre-bend, the very first lick of the thing. You maybe don't think to pre-bend it, and they go, you know, there's no, it's... We got to get that little part right there. Let's get that phrasing right there on that, because okay, so there I obviously added in my own lick. Still struggling a little bit with that phrasing right there. I don't know exactly what he's playing, but I think he's walking some verse distortion down. It doesn't sound that major to me. It doesn't sound that minor either, though. So, all right. Let's get through this last little bit. I'll play it again, and then let's talk about it. I did my own lick. I did something where... Well, let's focus on that part first. So we got... Then we're doing that walk down. So, right, at that top part, then he's going... So, I'm thinking here. Now, I'm in the C shape of that 5 chord. And I'm bending a half step, not a whole step here. Not that. It's not that. It's half step. We're just going up to this flat 7. So... and then I just kind of maybe walked down the major scale and ended on that flat 7. So let's go from the walk up. Doesn't sound that minor when I come down either, or when he's coming down. So, right, this is what I really want to express to you guys. If you're following along through this and watching it, is that, like I said, and I keep reiterating this, if you're on an artist gig and they send you a solo, you're going to have to take the time to really get it exactly right. But I imagine a lot of people watching this aren't doing that. So I just want you to, even if it's not perfect, I really want you to think about, look at how many licks we've learned. Just in this little solo. There's nothing crazy. I picked a solo that I didn't think was too above my pay grade, right? And that's important too, right? If you sit down and you're trying to learn Cliffs of Dover by ear, I can't do that. And if you're newer to guitar than I am, you probably can't either. So it's about picking something that you think's obtainable and then just trying. And even if you just cop one little section of it, look at how many great licks we've come up with. I mean, right? We've got that pre-bend. Even that. It's a great lick. That's a great lick. This, now we're working on that C shape, great lick. This walk up is awesome. That's a thing you could use all over the place, where we go up one tone of the scale, then tag the one behind it. Up one tone, tag the one behind it. Flat 7, not major 7. 1. See, and even that walk up, I'm not doing it exactly right. I think that... But, you know, you can add in your own kind of thing on it, too. That... So let's play play the ending, and then I'm going to play through the whole solo. Right, but I was live and I played some version of that with a cover band. I think we'd be okay. So let's go from the beginning. Let me tune up real quick. Let's go from the beginning and try to play the whole solo, and we'll wrap this bad boy up, man. I hope you guys are enjoying this, you know. I want to give you a real look into... there's a lot of guys that are way better than me, and I got a lot of buddies in town that will listen to this just a few times and be playing every phrasing bit and every part note for note, you know. I want to get there. That's why I'm sitting here working on this. I thought this would be a great thing where it challenges me. I'm actively practicing and learning, and you guys get to watch. Also, I've got Stetson's butt in the picture. I got the dog back here. But it's just reiterating some of those notes. You're getting to watch me in real time try and figure out a couple of these licks. I'm thinking about the positions and shapes I'm in while I'm doing it. And then I'm approaching this with the sense of, let's get it close and get some cool licks from it. Some good phrasing, you know. None of this stuff is stuff my fingers hasn't done before, but a lot of that comes down to then how he's phrasing certain things, you know. The phrasing a lot of times is new when it's not a new, great technical challenge. So let's start from the beginning of the solo. Let's play through it best we can. We'll see if I get it right, or close, you know, and then we'll talk about it. Right down, dig it down. Oh, we ain't getting out of this love alive. Stops. He's got a little outro. Okay, you guys, I think I'm going to end it there. As you saw, that walk down lick, I'm not playing, I don't know what he's playing, and I'm not playing that right. But I just decided to come out of it of exactly what he's playing now. But and I'm going between that back and the 4 chord, so I'm just thinking, I hit that flat 7. Alright, you guys, man, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was something different, something interesting. This is great for me. I'd love to start this as a series, so if you guys have any songs that you think you'd like me to work through and do a version of this video for it, I'd love to hear it in the comments, man. I'd love to hear it. Obviously, if you're saying Cliffs of Dover or Through the Fire and Flames, probably not going to do it, right? But if you think something along this vibe, if you've been on the channel for a little while, you know how I kind of play, something that you think you'd like to hear me play or me break down for you, I'd love to do it. I think this is a great challenge for me, hopefully a great challenge for you guys. And remember, the key here is we're just trying. This is practice at home. We're doing this for fun. We're trying to cop some licks. If you try and approach this solo and you get 2 licks out of it, you got 2 more licks you can use, right? I mean, you know, so don't beat yourself up about not getting it perfect. You know, if you get 2 lacks on that, then you'll never play anything perfect, which is something I've dealt with a lot in the past. But I'm just trying to be encouraging here and say, have some fun with it. Don't beat yourself up. There's a lot of great stuff to learn just in a little solo like that. A lot of melodic stuff. If you've never checked out the Brothers Osborne, check it out. Also, I'll say lastly, this video, because I'm playing the music and stuff, is going to be demonetized. So this is really just for you guys. I'm not going to end up making any money on this video. But I will say, if you're interested in guitar lessons, I do online lessons, teach people all over the world, and I'd love it if you reach out. The email is going to pop up on the screen now, timavenmusic@gmail.com. Everyone always asks how expensive it is. I do $1 a minute. I normally do a 60-minute lesson. I'm happy to do a 45-minute lesson too if that works better for you. So we can talk about anything. I talk with a lot of people about the cage system, some soloing stuff, starting to incorporate the cage system with that single note stuff. And I want you guys to keep in mind as the last note, remember how this whole time I was explaining what shape I'm in and working out of the cage system stuff, right? Those are my markers up and down the fretboard, even when you're playing the single note stuff, because those markers are going to tell you where to land when you're playing the single note stuff, right? Anyways, if you guys are interested in that, shoot me an email. I'd love to set up a lesson with you. If you've made it this far, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and until next time, peace.